kind of like spooky creatures, and you can then bring them into 3D. It's interesting. That's, people have heard these stories at Montauk, where these electromagnetic systems have brought these weird things that escaped. A couple of them escaped on the beach and got loose.
There's a show on Netflix about this. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Well, that's fictional, but I've been read into the real part of it. So, and for example, right now there's a operation up in Salt Lake City being run by a tech guy, but has a lot of CIA people involved with it, where they have a basketball-size device. I've just in the last couple months been briefed on it. And it can teleport and create anti-gravity and free energy, but recently they hit a certain frequency where they hit other dimensions. Now, it wasn't extraterrestrial they were contacting, it was these other dimensions that are non-ET. Right. So you have to understand the cosmology here that I talk about. And so it was, then they had video cameras. I've been trying to get a copy of this videotape of these creatures pouring into the room or coming in and out of this device. Now that can be used in a stagecraft setting and say, see, this is what the aliens are. Well, those are not ETs, but they're not human. But they're these things from, I don't know what they're tapping into, the ninth ring of hell. I don't know what it is.
Isn't this like really dangerous?
Oh, it's extremely dangerous. And so it not only is extremely dangerous, but it's something that in the hands of people who have a certain agenda, let's call it an eschatological. Eschatology is the study of how the world will end, sort of the end of the world crowd, the Armageddon type people. In the hands of those people, they could create events and scenarios that would be terrifying. And those are fully operational. Now, this particular private equity group, they stumbled across this on their own. But classified projects were stumbling across this in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I was talking to a man who was in the Cube at Lockheed Skunk Works underground facility. It's the really sensitive facility near the Edwards base, but up. And it's called the Cube. And he says, oh yeah, we could hook people, and that we had systems that would hit a certain frequency and that would connect to various dimensions and pull, and there would be creatures in 3D running around the lab. But there weren't ETs, but they could be presented as aliens. So I said, alien has become a catchword for actual extraterrestrial biological life forms from other planetary systems. Stagecraft being, as I've been discussing, by the intelligence community to deceive people, and then these interdimensional warfare systems and electromagnetic systems that can tap into those other dimensions and bring those into this dimension, but then masquerade them as aliens.